Hello, Assalamu Alaikum. Welcome to another episode of Health is Wealth. I am your host, Shabnam Riaz. Now, today's topic is absolutely fascinating. How can you live, and what are the secrets to a happy and healthy life? Well, I'm sure that's something everyone wants the answers to. So we're here at the Health Services Academy, and we're going to talk to the Vice Chancellor, Dr. Shahzad Ali Khan. Let's go and have a chat with him. Okay, so here we are in Dr. Shahzad's office, and we have a fantastic subject that we're going to talk about, and I'm sure everyone is really going to benefit and enjoy today's program. Dr. Shahzad, thank you so much for inviting us here today.
Thank you, and you're welcome.
Okay, so the topic today, the secrets to happy and healthy living. I mean, I think about just about everyone is in the search for happiness, and you know, it usually eludes us. Are we looking in the right place?
I think it's an objective of everybody, but not everybody is pursuing it rightly, and that is why this topic is very important. Which
right.
And when you told me that you want to talk about on this topic, this is a very important, and in business of nowadays globally. So this is the main sought for and very high demand thing. The happy and healthy life. This is one thing.
They
now
both go together.
The world is world is pursuing, specifically after COVID. It has gained more more importance.
Right.
So it is quite relevant to Pakistan, as well as I think there has to be more talks and more discussions on this topic. People don't know it. It may be sought for, it may be an objective and demand, but they don't know how to achieve this.
Okay. So when we talk about happiness, are some personalities genetically predisposed to be happier people, or is it the same? Do we have the same baseline? Of course, there are different yardsticks where we measure happiness, but what about our personality as well?
I think when it comes to genetics and genetic predisposition, it's 99.9% all the same. So all of us
really?
are actually, all of us are genetically absolutely the same code, and everything is similar. It's not just genetic. There are a few genetic problems and genetic disorders and genetic factors which affect the personality, but it is more related to epigenetics. So this is another term which people don't know.
What is that?
So genetics is what you are born with.
Okay.
So you are born with a certain code which translates into phenotype and your physical shape and a lot of things. But once you come into this world, the way you were nurtured, the way you were breastfed, you were fed, you were given liberty to do certain things. So the epigenetics is what we do after we are born. So it comes into the mother's lap, and then family, and then outside community, and then your schooling, education, your social interaction. It builds your personality. Okay. So what we are and what you and I are, we are not what we were born. It is not predetermined.
Okay.
What we have been through throughout this life, since our birth, the environmental factors in which we grew up, the factors which were relevant to my family, my social structure, economics, and we call that social determinants of health. Imagine there is a health dimension which makes us what we are, healthy or unhealthy. Most of it is relevant to social determinants, which includes your economic condition, your social condition, your schooling. So what we are today as an adult, we have been through to a lot of things which shapes our personalities.
Okay, right. Yeah. That's very interesting, because you know, some people sort of think that a personality, certain personality is something that you're born with. That is.
So they are not thinking positive. That is why they can't sleep Actually, the problem is the thought process. So if you are stressful, if you are anxious, if you are worried, you can't sleep. So for sleep, you have to train your mind.
Okay.
And there are breathing exercises which put you to sleep. So if you watch, I will request all of the viewers to watch some of the breathing exercises by qualified people, not by laymen who start boasting and posting on YouTube.
You can find those easily
Yes,
on the
easily.
internet?
There are breathing exercises for sleep.
Okay.
So it is like inhaling for a short time. So you inhale for say 4 to 5 seconds. You inhale, then you keep for 4 to 5 seconds, and then you exhale. So when you are in your bed, you want to sleep, you inhale for 4 seconds, then you keep your breath for 4 seconds, and then you exhale for 8 seconds. So inhaling should be like shorter time, and exhaling for a longer period.
Okay.
You will find within few minutes you will get sleep.
Wow.
4, 4, 8.
I mean, that would
remember 4, 4, 8. 4
4,
seconds.
4, 8.
You count to 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 inhaling. Then you hold your breath for 4 seconds, and then you exhale for 8.
Dr. Shahzad, I'll try that myself as
don't
well,
do it for
and then I'll tell you the
sure,
results.
sure. So you are in your bed, you are relaxed. You just do this 4, 4, 8 with a little bit of interruption.
Okay.
So what happens is your blood flow, your brain flow, everything gets normal and changed. So it puts you to sleep. So when you have seen a lot of athletes and a lot of cricketers and a lot of players who take rapid and fast breathing before they want to wake them up.
Right.
So if fast breathing, rapid breathing, inhalation gives you energy, and it boosts your arousal level. The other way around, slower and you should always breathe with your tummy, not with your chest. And
so
when you lie down, you see your belly should be moving when you are sleeping, when you are breathing.
Right.
And then you will go to sleep. So what we are doing is we are breathing from our chest. It puts a strain on your muscle of the chest. It becomes chest, gives you chest pain. It gives you a lot of discomfort, and then you can't sleep. So when you are trying to do breathing, try to breathe from your tummy, from your stomach. So when you are inhaling, the stomach should go in. When you are exhaling, your stomach should go out. So this is a very common thing, and people can try this.
Yoga and meditation can help.
This is what yoga is.
Because yoga is all about breathing techniques.
This is what spiritual teachers also teach you. Yeah.
Our society, unfortunately, I mean, stress is there in the world. We have to understand how to manage it, because there's not going to be a magic switch where you turn off a button and all of a sudden stress disappears. Stress is there, part and parcel of life. How we react to it, how we process it is what's important to help us. Now, in our society, there are also added stresses that we don't need.
Yeah.
What are the ones that you think we should move towards getting rid of and freeing ourselves of these burdens?
I think we did discuss those things about it. I'll quote a very small event which happened with Hazrat Wasif Ali Wasif Sahib. He was a very famous scholar, and one of his friend, he came to his house, and he was very worried, like you said. He was in serious stress. He was distressed. And he started shouting, and he's saying, what is happening to this country? Everything is in chaos. We are losing everything. The social order and this and that, moral ethics and financially. So he started shouting a lot. Wasif Sahib asked him, wait. And he asked inside his house, he asked for a cup of tea. Please bring a cup of tea. So there was a tea was served. And Wasif Sahib asked him, did you do these things which are happening to this country? He said, no. Why would I do something like this? Okay. Can you manage these things? Can you resolve these issues? He said no. He said, then have a cup of tea. so then he said, cha piyo. The problem is that we are stressful because we are thinking about a lot of things which are beyond my control. So if I am thinking a lot about things which I cannot even control, I would be stressful, and there is no resort, there is no solution to that. So the most important thing which the audience and everybody should be focusing on and thinking back again is it in my control, or was it done by myself? Am I the responsible person for this thing? No. Can I do something about it? No. Then why you are thinking about it? If the answer is yes, then definitely it's my responsibility. So I'll say, if I am a Vice Chancellor here at Health Services Academy, whatever is happening in this academy is my business, my responsibility. Okay?
Yeah.
So I am responsible for what is happening inside this academy. I'm responsible for it. So I should be stressful about that. You see, similarly, if something is happening outside which is absolutely beyond my control, I'm not responsible for that. So I should be focusing on what is my domain, what is my area. The problem is that most of us, we are worried about the next door.
Yeah.
We are worried about the next street, the next even city. So whenever someone is coming around here, he's talking about smoke in Lahore. I said, okay, so you are in Islamabad, you talk about pollen. Pollen is a problem. So use a face mask and get a shot of anti-allergen or a flu shot or anything. Start having some medicine which can prevent the attack of flu or any other allergy. So you should be worried about that. Why you are worried about this thing? So similarly, if we see, there are a lot of things which are beyond our control and we are worried. So the most important concept for all the audience must be, if you are a family man, you are in a family, you should be taking care of your family. So worry about inside your house. Don't worry about other houses. So think about the things which you can do for your family, for yourself, for your friends, for your colleagues. If you are in an office, in this office even, when I started, it's been I think more than 1.5 years I'm in this office. People used to come to my office and talk about a lot of things which are not their domain. So I will listen to them. I will then ask them to sit down and I will say, can you do something about it? Have you done this? No. Then why you are worried about it? So I will convey the message to the person who is responsible about that.
Right.
You please focus on your work. So if everybody starts mending their ways and start focusing on their own issues which they can handle, we will be the happiest nation on earth. That is the problem. We are not.
And it's so simple.
It is simple
this is not rocket science.
If you understand your mistake. And another problem in this country, I think, is we have very, very high amount of free time.
That's true.
That is a luxury.
That is
which
true.
Gora and developed country even dream of.
Yes.
So they celebrate a whole, I don't want to name that event, where there is a family dinner. Everybody gets together for a dinner. And they usually make this turkey and everything. And they do a lot of dishes. And the family is sitting together for a meal. So they wait for a year to do this. We are doing it every day. So every time there is a party going on. So be thankful for that. There is in our offices, we don't ask them not to bring the phones, and we don't ask them to do not chat with each other. In developed countries, you cannot have a personal conversation in office time. So I went to England, and one of my friends was in office. It's in England, and I called him, and he didn't respond. I was very astonished that look, he's in England. That is why he thinks of himself like a very elite, or so he's not. At 1 p.m. I got a call back from his number. I was roaming around in London, so he called me. He said, before 1 to 2 is a break. Before 1 p.m. I cannot have a call.
Right.
I was and he was not in a secret service or intelligence. No, he was just a project manager of a civil engineering firm.
Right.
And he called me. He said, I are not allowed. So only SMS can be done, and we can see, and we will ask our boss, and we will call back. And similarly, they have given the numbers of those people who can call them from the family. So the PS will tell them that your house has this emergency. Everybody is taken care of by the state, the health, education, everything. So you are not worried about
the rules there are very tough.
So this is latest. This is not that old. In Canada, in US, in Europe, everyone who is in office is working for the office. Here, nobody is working for the office.
It's the other way around.
They are working about, they are chatting and they are talking about their families.
Anything but work.
Anything but work. So this is the problem. This is although for those people outside this country, it will be a luxury. But for us, it becomes a curse, because in free time, idle brain is the workshop of devil.
It's so
the idle brain starts thinking negatively. So when you don't have anything to work, you start thinking devilish. So you start thinking negative, and you want to, there is a proverb, जो कुछ नहीं करते हैं कमाल करते हैं. I didn't know the meaning of this. Then I asked one of my very senior teacher. Okay, I asked him this. I don't understand this. He said, जो कुछ नहीं करते हैं ना, ये दफ्तर की बात. It's an office proverb.
Right.
So those who are not doing anything in the work, they are free. So what a free man will do? he will observe the person who is doing something. तो जो कुछ नहीं करते हैं वो नजर रखते हैं उन लोगों पे जो काम कर रहे होते हैं, और जो काम करता है गलती उससे होती है, गलती उसी से होती है जिसने कोई काम नहीं किया, उसने क्या गलती करनी है. They immediately go to the boss and say, look, he's doing this.
My God.
This is what he has done. I told you he's not a good guy. He himself did nothing, but he also made a case. वो जिसने काम किया उसको शिकायत कर दी और उसकी बेइज्जती हो गई, और उसको वो कहेगा यार सारा दिन मैं काम करता रहता हूँ और ये मेरे साथ. तो ऑफिस में फारिग बैठने वाले बंदे पे नजर होनी चाहिए. So all of us, I think, as an officers, we should not be making people sitting idle. And we should
there should be some sort of rules that should be enforced.
So in my time, I go around and you know, the people ask what has changed after you joined. Somebody told me.
People are working.
So no. Somebody told me that there is a change in your office. I said, what? And last time when you were not here, we used to come and we used to sit in every office and have a chat. So we will be visiting the offices and we will share jokes and everything. Now, since you have come, in whichever office I will go, they say, please, we are working, go into another office. So this
fantastic.
It means they are doing something.
That is fantastic. That is fantastic.
And previously it was not like this.
We would, love to see the various departments here. You've been talking about mental health as well, how important that is. We would like you to, show us around to a few places. Everything you have spoken about is doable. That's the beauty behind everything you said.
Yes, that is.
It's all about the thought.
That is the common sense thing. You should not be saying something which is not doable and which is not possible.
Exactly, because it will go over people's heads.
I myself, I belong to a rural area of Attak. I came from Attak. But when I went to King Edward Medical College, Lahore, everything changed. So after that, I did my MBA with majors in finance and MSc Public Health, and I'm a PhD in management sciences. Not a health degree, so it's a public health thesis. So, and then a fellowship from the Royal College. Throughout this period, I was thinking that if anyone can do it, why can't I do it? So if I can do it, anyone else can do it. So it's all about thought process. I'm telling you, it's all about here. Everything is here. If you think you can do it, if you think you can't. You are right.
So those
you are right.
So those motivational quotes do come in handy then.
Yeah, they are.
Let's have a look at the other places as well. Thank you.
Thank you, please.
Okay, so right now we are inside ORIC. What does that stand for?
This is Office of Research, Innovation and Commercialization. In any university, one of the most important product is research. Universities are not there for giving them a piece of paper as a degree. Universities are there as a knowledge production houses. So we have this Dr. Mubashir, who spent his life in Finland, Helsinki. He's a PhD. He was settled in Finland. He's a national, of Finnish national. But when we started doing transformation of this academy, he joined us, and since last some years he's here as head of ORIC. And since his joining, we have seen, you see there is a lot of things which we do: faculty development, collaborations, and we developed 71 MOUs in last 1 year. This is one of the few government offices which has 71 MOUs with national and international universities, academia, industry, and a lot of technology houses, patents and other things. So we are working on 3 aspects. One is definitely capacity building training of all types. Number 2 is research, and number 3 is policy advice to the governments, provincial and federal. So this is the not only the brain house or the brain behind all the things which will happen inshallah in Pakistan. It's also a revenue generation source. So we get a very little amount from the government as a public sector university. There's a financial crunch, and it has been for many years. So we have to produce our own revenue. So ORIC is one of the area which Higher Education Commission recommended a long time ago. All the universities should develop a base where they can interact with industry, other partners to generate research and then generate funds as well.
Fantastic. Public engagement, is that what's working with the media? Is it working with workshops?
We have a lot of civil society organizations with us. We have a lot of associations, of professional associations working with us. We have our own Public Health Association of Pakistan. So there are associations, there are representative bodies of people, public, professionals, and civil society organizations. Development partners are one of the biggest partners in Pakistan. So UN, all the UN agencies, WHO, UNICEF, UNFPA, UNDP, they are our partners.
Right.
And definitely World Bank has a lot of contribution in health in Pakistan. So we have, and the biggest supporter and the biggest sponsor of this academy is USAID. So we have a very big, good grant by USAID, which has supported a lot of initiatives in Pakistan in Health Services Academy.
That's fantastic. Let's go to the next place.
Yeah. So,
right. So this is the student
affairs office. So for every university, for every teaching institute, the most important person is the student.
Yeah.
So we didn't have any space for the students before that. So now we have this dedicated office for all their matters related to academics. So whenever they have any issue, they come here. So there is a student affairs manager, there is assistant registrar, and a lot of other help, and they have this seating space, and every matter related to their education, training, exam, and things, it can be accessed here.
They can bring all their queries here and have someone to talk to. It's
some respectful place for the students to come and sit and share their
Right, great.
So Health Services Academy is in partnership with the University of Manitoba, has a global health department, and we are working on development of some courses on global health. So there is a certification in global health, global public health we call it. Then there is a diploma which we are developing, and then there is a track of full MSc in global public health. So it will be a joint certification and a degree by Health Services Academy along with the University of Manitoba. We have had this team coming up from Manitoba. From tomorrow onward, we are having a planning meeting for the whole next 5 years.
Right.
So James Blanchard is here, and his team is here. He's the head of Global Health Department in University of Manitoba.
Right. And when is this course going to be offered?
It's within few weeks.
A few weeks.
Tomorrow we are finalizing the agenda and the curriculum and everything. So it will be certification immediately, and then it will lead to a diploma, and then subsequently from next year as a part of our MSc Public Health. So anyone who will do some certifications will be given an MSc in Global Public Health.
So all interested people,
a futuristic
important.
vision, it's just a futuristic thing.
Right.
He is doing a partnership with WHO, World Health Organization, to ensure the quality of administration of polio vaccine and other immunization. So specifically for polio, what we do is there is a survey which is being trained. These students are being trained on this. So whenever we have an immunization campaign, we need to test and evaluate the actual immunization of the children. So there is a scientific way of doing that. It's not random. It's a very scientific way. LQS we call it. So WHO has partnered with Health Services Academy. So we do it on a regular basis. Whenever there is a polio days immunization done, these students, they go to actual households, and which household to go and what to ask, all is very scientific. So there is a international protocol for that. So we evaluate the vaccination campaigns, and on the basis of that, they find out some of the problems or issues which were faced in the last survey.
So they're generally getting feedback from...
They evaluate the proportion of the children who were vaccinated. So one is just filling up the form that we vaccinated 100,000 children. But this survey tells us that what percentage was actually, vaccinated. So this is on spot at the household level confirmation.
So
HSA is like in partnership with
and it's a very important job.
It's very important because polio is a big problem in Pakistan. So this is the workshop hall, the main hall. There we do a lot of conferences, discussions, policy dialogues. This is something which is needed for any policy development, consensus building. Students also use it when we have a combined class. But most of the time we are having seminars over here. Currently around 80 to 100 people can be accommodated, but we are upgrading it to a larger scale. A similar hall is upstairs as well, on the same quality and similar level.
Right. So how often is this in use?
It's almost every week we have an activity over here. So this is frequently used.
Fantastic.
And that is why we need a bigger hall.
Right.
So this has audio-visual cameras and online discussion and everything.
Latest multimedia.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Shahzad. It has been an absolute pleasure to visit here today. And the information you have given us, I think that is just a treasure trove of tips and advice, and such important advice on how to actually, with these simple steps, to make your life have a better quality, how to be healthy and happy. A short message for our viewers before we go.
I think the message is think well and think positive, and don't worry about things which you can't control, and take care of your health first, because health is really wealth. And whenever we don't care about health, everything is other things are then immaterial. They are not. You don't enjoy anything if you don't have health. This is the most important treasure in life.
So very true. So very true. Thanks once again, Dr. Shahzad, and we look forward to having more programs with you.
Inshallah. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And with that, we come to the end of today's program. We'll catch you next week. Until then, stay happy, stay healthy. Bye-bye.